Good morning. It's Friday, March 22nd. Thanks for joining us on Up to the Minute this morning. I'm Randy Ramsey, Executive Director of the Southwest Alternate Media Project, with Joseph Sam, the Interim Communications Director from HCC Central. And Joe, can you tell him how to find us every day, all the time? No
I
excuses.
sure can. And happy Friday. I'm excited that it's almost the weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. But you know what, Randy? Everyone can find us on social media. We are live on Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and on YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and HCC TV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. So make sure we want everyone to tune in and watch us every single time we're on.
I know, and I'm telling you, I'm glad it's Friday because I
Oh,
still have spring break hangover.
yes, it
I'm
is a real
so
thing.
I am so tired. It was like I need a vacation from my vacation.
And it seems as if they piled on everything in the week after spring break. So we had events, we had meetings, we had in-person gatherings. So everything was happening after spring break. So I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Well, and you know what? It is absolutely Film Friday.
Oh,
And this has been a big film week. The Houston Latino Film Festival opened on Wednesday. I know there's all kinds of screenings and events going up. And I'm going to dish about that with Katie Creeggan-Ríos, the new executive director from Houston Cinema Arts Society, in just a minute. I do want to welcome you, Anamaria Lopez, Dean of Student Success for HCC Southwest. Anamaria, you're going to tell us more about the Scripps Spelling Bee hosted by HCC, right?
Yes, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, good morning. And I'm really looking forward to hearing all about that. But let's start with our Film Friday guest, Katie Creeggan-Ríos. Congratulations on
Hello.
being named the executive director of Houston Cinema Arts Society.
Thank you so much. Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Good morning. I'm always excited to talk to you. And so much is going on. There's so much going on. But let's start with CineSpace, which is next month, right?
Yeah, so CineSpace, we are doing next month an encore screening of our 2023 finalists. So these were amazing films that showed last year at our November festival as part of our 2023 Houston Cinema Arts Festival. We do the CineSpace program. For those of you who aren't familiar with CineSpace, it is a submissions-based short film competition that the Houston Cinema Arts Society hosts in partnership with NASA. So all the films have to be 10 minutes or shorter, and they have to include at least 10% footage from the NASA archival. So this is shots from the International Space Station, president speeches, astronaut interviews, anything like that that's in the public domain NASA website. You edit it into your film. We're not looking for like space documentaries or anything like educational all the time. Sometimes the shots are edited into really amazing fiction pieces, narrative pieces. It's really cool. It's a great way to do an intersection of science and art and creativity, highlighting the fact that Houston is Space City. So 2024, our CineSpace competition in November of 2024 will be the 10th anniversary of CineSpace. It'll be the 10th year we've done it. And in celebration of that, we're going to do activations throughout the year, starting with this event in April that is an encore screening of last year's finalists.
Awesome. And they were good films too. Like they were
They were
they
great.
the CineSpace films are always really impressive. How they weave that archive footage into a narrative is really a great example of how to take advantage of everything you've got on hand. So I show them to my students. But first, before that, you have a new partnership coming up with the Texas Archive of the Moving Image, right?
Yeah, this is a screening we're doing next week on March 27th. Texas Archive of the Moving Image, they do amazing work with archival footage and restoration of old footage, housing films and broadcast news broadcasts from like the entire history of the state of Texas. So they're doing a Houston specific curated program called Tonight at 7, and it is on Wednesday the 27th at 7. Easy to remember. That is all old footage of Houston, cool Houston news broadcasts, sports broadcasts. Just very, if you're a history nerd or broadcast journalism nerd, this is like right up your alley, and it's free to attend at Match Midtown Arts and Theater Center on March 27th at 7 p.m. And we'll be there.
Oh, that sounds fun though.
Does it
Like what
sound
a great use of like, it does sound fun because I sort of go down that rabbit hole all the time anyway. And if some of that footage is available for folks to use in their films, that's a great opportunity to check that out.
some of it is in the public domain, so it's a very good point.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, continuing the retro theme, you guys are going really retro with a screening of literally one of my favorite films, Mahogany.
Yes. This is on March 28th. So there's a ton of film happening next week, but and this weekend. Go to Houston Latino Film Festival too if you haven't. But on Thursday, March 28th, this will be at the Deluxe Theater, a screening of the 1975 film Mahogany with Diana Ross and Billy D. Williams. It's a great film, really great clothes, great fashion. It really was early in Billy D. Williams' career. It was kind of what launched him as like an early rom-com kind of star, like a romantic figure pre-Star Wars, but just barely pre-Star Wars, I think, if my dates are right. But we're doing this in partnership with the Houston Museum of African American Culture and the Deluxe Theater. This is part of our ongoing initiative to highlight the Deluxe Theater as a historical Black cinema space and an amazing place to see Black cinema in the city of Houston. We're also fundraising for the Deluxe Theater to get new state-of-the-art DCP projection equipment in their theater so that we can show even better picture quality and different kinds of films. For those of you who don't know what a DCP is, it's what you have to have, the type of projector you have to show new blockbuster films like at an AMC theater. So if we are able to fundraise for the Deluxe to have this type of projector, you could see the next Marvel movie there. It would be really cool. It would be a great opportunity for them. So this screening of Mahogany is part of that celebration of the Deluxe as a classic Black cinema space. So donate if you can, but tickets for students are only $5. Come dressed in your best 1970s fashion. We'll have a little party and we'll watch a great film.
Oh, it sounds like a really fun night. And I love the Deluxe. What a great space. It'd be
Beautiful.
great for them to have that high-tech projector. And
Mhm.
it's such a touch point for the community. They have a street festival coming up soon, don't they?
They do. It's tomorrow, the Lions Avenue Renaissance Festival. So HCAS will be there. We have a booth, and we're advertising your summer camp, Brandy, at that event as well, the Swamp Summer Camp. But
Well,
it's
it's
a great
our
event.
summer camp because the
Our
Houston
summer.
Cinema Arts Society is our co-presenting partner on the summer camp that we host at HCC. So it's
Mhm.
all very incestuous here.
It's
Very
all, we're all
incestuous.
connected. Tiny world. But come out to Lions Avenue tomorrow. There'll be food and drinks. St. Arnold's is sponsoring. There'll be a lot of local businesses displaying what they do. It'll be a fun time.
It
Got a
does
lot
sound like
going
a
on.
fun time. You have a lot going on, and you have something going on in April too. So let's hit April. We've hit March. Let's hit April because I know you guys are super busy.
Yeah, so we have two events in April. On April 3rd, we're doing a filmmaker mixer in partnership with For the One Studio. You can learn about that on our Instagram page. But also in April, the CineSpace event we talked about earlier, we're doing that encore screening of the 2023 finalists with a filmmaker conversation after the screening. So Mary Magzaman and Stefan Hillerbrand, who won first place in the first ever CineSpace 10 years ago. They'll be on a panel along with Sarah Ontiveros, whose film Cass was a finalist in 2023. And Cass is also showing at the Houston Latino Film Festival this weekend, if you'd like to see it twice. But we'll do that screening of all those finalist films, and we'll have a conversation with them about what it takes to make a CineSpace film, what it's like to edit NASA footage. So if any of you are considering submitting something to CineSpace, and considering what it would be like to edit that NASA footage, that would be a great event to go sit and watch the films and then listen to that panel. That is $5 for students as well. And it is at Alta Arts in Gulfton, which is a great little studio. If you've never been there, it's a really fun venue.
Yeah, that is a fun venue. I've been there once, and it's also not what you would expect in Gulfton. So it just goes to show how spread out our film community is across the entire greater Houston area.
Absolutely.
So 2024 submissions for CineSpace are coming up, aren't they?
They'll be open in early April. So by the time we have this event in April, submissions will be open. Keep an eye on our website. We have two websites. We have cinemahtx.org, where we do everything, show everything that we're up to. And we also have a website specifically dedicated to CineSpace, that is cinespace.org. You can watch a lot of the old films on that website, so you can see examples of what makes a great CineSpace film. And then we'll post on that website when submissions are open. And it's free to submit. No submission fee.
It's nice that there's no submission fee because there is actually a cash prize too. Now you have other competitions coming up too.
We do. So the one that's coming up the quickest is called Admit One. It is a showcase of all films shot in analog. So anyone who's still working with VHS, Super 8, Super 16, any old analog formats of filmmaking. We have a short film competition specifically to honor that style, again, going vintage. That submissions are open for that right now. It has a small submission fee, but if you have financial considerations and that submission fee is a barrier for you, feel free to email us at operations@cinemahtx.org, and we do have a set number of fee waivers we can give out for that. But short films, 10 minutes or less, shot on analog and then converted to digital. And we will, all the ones that are chosen for the showcase, about 10 to 15 films chosen for the showcase, will receive a small honorarium in exchange for showing their film. And the screening itself will be in August.
How fun. And what a busy August too, because we have the Houston Media Conference coming up in August as well.
Save the date, August 23rd through the 25th, Houston Media Conference. Great opportunity for local filmmakers, media makers of any kind, social media, photography. We have it all, podcasters. And if passes will be on sale soon, but if you'd like to volunteer, or if you volunteer to work part of the event, you can watch some of the panels for free. So that's a great opportunity for students.
It's a long, like packed weekend, but so full of good stuff. Like so full. It was such a good vibe last year. Like, such a good time.
Everyone had a great time.
Everyone had a great time. I was a little stressed, but everybody else had a great time. But that's
you and I didn't sleep, but everyone else
didn't sleep much. Gnaw our arms off at the end of it. And that's it. That's our time already. Hard to believe, but always, boom, the time flies when I'm talking to you. So it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much, Katie Creeggan-Ríos, Executive Director for the Houston Cinema Arts Society. We'll have all the things that she talked about posted in our site after the show. Super excited, so much to go on. And we didn't even mention Borders, No Borders, but next time, because that's
on our
coming
website.
up to them too. It's on
cinemahtx.org.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you, Randy.
And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Joe.
Randy, thank you so much. And oh my goodness, I'm so glad that Katie mentioned the Deluxe Theater. When I was a reporter working for KPRC, we had so many competitions that we put on there and that we went to go and film. So I love the Deluxe Theater too, such a historical piece of artifact and theater in that community. So I'm so excited that they're doing some more events there. But speaking of competitions, we're going to move on to Anamaria Lopez, the Dean of Student Success for HCC Southwest. We want to welcome you to the show, Anamaria. How's it going?
It's going well. It's been a busy week as we prepare for the Spelling Bee, and we're very excited about our coming event.
Absolutely. You know what? Let's get a little bit deeper into the Spelling Bee. I'm glad that you mentioned it because we want to learn more about the history and the significance of the HCC Scripps Regional Bee. And we want you to explain and tell us why it's such an important event for the community.
Well, it's a very important event for the community because we have an opportunity for us to connect with them, for us to connect with the community. That's number one. But we are this event, or the Spelling Bee, started back in 1925. Children across America have participated in the Spelling Bees, and I just lost energy. Here, give me a second, okay? Hold on.
We can still hear you.
Okay, let me continue. Yes, sorry.
Yes, we can still hear you and still see you.
Oh, this is the last thing that one will want during this type of sessions. But as I was telling you, children across America have been participating in the Spelling Bee since 1925. For Houston Community College, this is our second year hosting this regional Spelling Bee. Last year, we hosted it at their Southeast campus. This year, it's going to be at the Missouri City campus. We're going to be starting at 8 a.m. and we're going to have children from elementary all the way to middle school from our Houston area and other 22 counties within our region.
Oh my goodness, what a wonderful event that you're putting on. And like you mentioned, it's been going on since 1925. So I know each year it just gets better and better. And I know that you're planning something even bigger for this year. So what can people that are attending the event expect to see at this year's event?
Well, at this year's event, we have over 80 students, so our participants increased from last year that are going to be participating. We have, like I mentioned, children from elementary to middle school that are going to be here within within our region, and they're going to have an opportunity to represent our region at the National Spelling Bee in May. We're going to be sending 3 of our top spellers to the National Bee, and they're going to have an opportunity to be in the Washington, D.C. area for a whole week, in addition to while they participate in the bee.
Mm-hmm. And to make something like this happen, Anamaria, I know it takes a lot of effort and a lot of hard work, especially gaining partnerships within the community to make sure something like this goes on each and every year. So talk about the importance of partnerships between Houston Public Media and HCC for the regional bee.
Yes, it's a very important partnership. We started working with them last year, as I mentioned, and we continue to work with them. We are committed. Both of our organizations are committed to nurturing the next generation of leaders within the area and celebrating their achievements. So it's very important for us to have this partnership with them.
Absolutely. We love making sure that we're not only putting on events like this to showcase what we have happening at HCC, but we're also showcasing what the partners in the community are also doing, making sure that they're giving that effort within the events and the opportunities that we're putting on for some of these students. And we really want to spotlight how important it is for the students as well, because this is such a important competition for them. I remember participating in spelling bees when I was in elementary and junior high, and it was such a pivotal moment for me, really putting me into the career that I wanted to go into. So I know it may be the same for a lot of students. So you say that this is a stepping stone for aspiring local spellers to move on to the Scripps National Spelling Bee. Can you share a little bit more about what winning this HCC competition means for those students and their academic journeys?
Yes, so winning the bee, it signifies the mastery of the language and spelling. This bee helps them boost their confidence and validates their hard work. Those are going to be winning, and even the ones that are participated, they're going to have the opportunity to receive scholarships, national recognition. I mean, it's a very important, significant milestone in their academic journey. Like I said, the winners will be participating in the National Spelling Bee in May in the DC area.
Mm-hmm. And when we talk about a competition like this, as I mentioned, it also helps boost their confidence. And whenever they're doing something like this here, whenever they're going on to speaking in front of the public or talking in front of a large crowd, they're more comfortable and they're more confident when doing so because they've done competitions like this here that prepares them for such a moment. And they're not getting that stage fright like we see a lot of other students whenever they have to stand in front of a crowd of people. This is something that is preparing them for those opportunities, correct?
Correct. And they had to first participate in their school bee, the middle schools and high school and elementaries, host their spelling bee at the school level. They had to go through the district bee and participate against other students across their district area. And now they're coming about in the region. It's not only HISD or Fort Bend, it's going to be other school districts with over 22 counties. Like I said, it's 80 students. So it's going to be a tough competition, but I'm sure we have very good spellers, I would say.
Yes, I was going to say, speaking of tough, because there are some words in some of these spelling bees that I'm sitting there and once they give it to the student, I'm like, I don't know if I can even spell something like that. And it's just amazing to see that some of these young students are spelling some of these huge words in these competitions and words that may be confusing for some adults. And I'm just so mind blown by how smart and intelligent these students are whenever they're competing in some competitions like this here. So I want to kind of get a understanding of some of the words. Is there a word that you can talk to us about right now that may be mentioned in the spelling bee or may have been mentioned in their school bees? Anything that we may have to jump out about and say, wow, this is a huge word for these spellers?
I would say not share any of the words that we're going to be going over this week. I wish I could. As a matter of fact, we are going to be recording the event, so you are going to have an opportunity to see this later on. I would say early April. That's when we're going to have an opportunity to share those words with the community. But at this time, I do not have a word that comes to mind.
I put you on the spot. I was trying to get a little bit of
Yes, no, we cannot give any tips to our students.
Yes. Well, you know what tips we can give about the opportunities for sponsorships for businesses and organizations or even individuals who may be interested in supporting the bee this year. So how can some people go about doing so? Because I actually heard that you guys got some Kindles donated. So I know some other businesses may be willing to donate even more for some of the students that are participating in the spelling bee.
Yes, yesterday we had the opportunity to go and pick up and spend some time with Wilson Elstner's team members. They donated, like I said, some Kindles. We also have Prime Weight Credit Union that helped us become a sponsor this year, as well as Fonda Santa Rosa and Beast Wine Bar. So we had a couple of very good sponsors. Additionally, if anyone else, it's not too late to sponsor the event. We're accepting sponsorships. These sponsorships will help us cover everything for the participants, meals during the event, meals during their travels, and for the regional winners. And then we are planning to continue having this event throughout the upcoming years. So that could also help support other spellers as we continue hosting the regional bee every year. If anyone would like to become a sponsor, they can visit our hccfoundation.org website or contact our director, Cristina Perez, which is the director of development at the foundation.
Anamaria, such great information, and we are looking forward to the competition this year. Thank you so much for joining us again, Dean of Student Success for HCC Southwest, and we're going to have all your information on the post after the show.
All right, well, thank you.
Randy, so many great events happening, especially this spelling bee. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, it's always happening here at HCC. I'm super looking forward to it too. Although, let's be honest, even though I was a copy editor at a newspaper, I'm a terrible speller.
Yeah, me too.
This is how old I am. I'm showing my age. Back then, when I was a copy editor, I had my thesaurus and my dictionary next to me because I'm a terrible speller.
Well, thank God for Google.
Yeah. It certainly is now easier that you can hit spell check. I just had this conversation with my kids the other day. My students, I said, guys, can you spell check the thing before you turn it in?
Yes.
And they were like, oh, yeah, I guess. It's like, and then one student asked me, can't you spell check it for me? No.
No way.
I really can't. Well, we also have lots going on at HCC as always. HCC's Music Business in Mesa is presenting another Campus Beats featuring senior publicist and the owner of Lemon Lime Light Media, Tuesday, March 26th. The Q&A is noon to 1:30, lecture at 2 o'clock. That's at the HCC Spring Branch Performing Arts Center.
Absolutely. And then another event that we have happening is our Mastering Financial Planning with AI, like we just finished talking about, spell checking, make sure we're getting that AI in to make sure your paragraphs look good. You can gain an understanding of benefits and challenges associated with incorporating AI into financial planning practices. That's happening at 2 p.m. on Tuesday, March 26th on Teams, and we'll have that information in the post after our show.
Now, just an update that Tuesday, there will be no up to the minute because the entire HCC Communications Division will attend an in-service professional training and development meeting. So they'll air a best of episode on the show on Tuesday, March 26th, return on the 27th. Honest to
Mhm.
goodness, I'm sure it's going to be one of mine. And there's a media arts job fair coming up noon to 3 p.m. Wednesday, March 27th at the A-Leaf Hayes campus. No registration necessary. Check our post after the show. And I think we're out of time. So
Mhm.
Music Monday returns with one of HCC's own faculty members joining them to talk about new instructors and the current Campus Beats Masterclass. And later on, they'll visit with the Galveston mural artist who did the work called Absolute Equity. Joe, this has been so fun. Thank you for being here.
Yes, it has been. And I'm, like I said, looking forward to Friday ending so I can enjoy the rest of the weekend. I know you are too.
I am looking forward to the rest of the weekend as well. We have rugby tournaments all over, but registrations are ongoing, so people have the weekend to do that. So check out hcc.edu/apply and get those in there because spring is ongoing, summer's coming up, and it just
Mhm.
seems like we're rolling downhill into the summer.
We really
So
are.
thanks so much for being here. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week.